Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about conference call vocabulary. If you guys have any questions or comments on this class, you're welcome to let me know on my Verbling inbox or on Facebook, and I'll put my Facebook name in the chat box for you. I frequently update there with what classes I have coming up, any interesting material I find, and just to chat for suggestions for classes or just to say hi. I also have open tutoring hours. I have a few more this week and many more next week. So if you're looking for a private tutor, check out my schedule on my profile. I'll give you guys the notes for class. We're going to be talking about conference call vocabulary, doing a little bit of role play, and having some general discussion about conference calls and the vocabulary that are involved, and a little bit of talk about formal and less formal English. All right. And I can screen share for you guys as well if you have trouble opening up that link. Looking forward to getting this Thursday started. For me, it's the morning. Maybe not for you guys. Aye, aye. Well, my screen share is being wonky and it does not look like it's working. So let me see what else I can do. Aye, aye. There we go. Now I got it, I think. Here we are. So this is the document we will be working from today. Only we're going to start at the beginning of it, up here, with some business vocabulary. We're also going to be doing a little fill in the blank with this vocabulary. So we're going to talk about the definitions for these words. The top ones are mostly nouns. We have one adjective and, of course, some phrasal verbs, because phrasal verbs are important no matter what you're saying in English. We use a lot of phrasal verbs. And then we'll be using those in sentences, maybe talking a little bit about the qualities of these phrasal verbs, whether they're separable or inseparable, transitive or intransitive. As soon as we get a couple people in class, we'll begin. I'll read the vocabulary list for us as well. Oh, hey, Vincenzo. Good morning, or good afternoon for you, really, I think, right? Vincenzo, are you there?
Yes, teacher, do you hear me?
Excellent. Yes, I hear you perfectly now.
Can you hear me, teacher?
Uh-huh. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you.
All right. How are you today, Vincenzo?
Yes, I'm very hot, I can say.
You're hot.
It's very hot here, yes.
I guess that's true, because it's midsummer or almost the end of summer, right?
I would like to be in, I would say, how do you call it, when you are at the bathroom with the water?
Just a shower or a bath?
Yes, a shower. Yes, a bath, yes. Underwater, yes.
Very nice. And I know you've been studying Spanish. How's your Spanish studies going?
Yes, and I'm proceeding a bit a bit each day, but I think it's good. But it's that I find some difficulties in declining verbs, declining verbs, because I'm always very doubtful about my mastering of verbs. Yes, yes, that's the problem. Yes.
You're very tricky, but you're a very international man. Italian, English,
Yes,
Spanish.
I'm very interested in languages. It's something that I've discovered in my last years. Yes. It's good because it's something that's not related to go everywhere, somewhere, but an interest for the language. Yes, just for the language.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're in class today. And Martin,
Yes.
welcome to class as well.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Good. How are you, Martin?
Yeah, pretty good so far. Thank you.
Excellent. Have you ever had a conference call, Martin?
Unfortunately, yes. In Australia, not here.
So what are they like?
I said unfortunately because they have a really strong slang, so I didn't understand anything.
Interesting.
Just,
yeah, they have a unique set of vocabulary.
For example, when you are using the mobile phone, for example, maybe there is a background noises, so it's even
harder.
It's more, harder to understand.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think it's pretty common thing for the non-English mother language people.
Yes, for sure. It's difficult to be just on a normal phone conversation, but when you have
between the same language people,
yeah.
Exactly.
But when you have several people added and there's background noise and there's a new set of vocabulary and it's usually fast-paced business-type conversation, it's tough, really tough. So you didn't enjoy your experience then?
Not really.
Okay, well, hopefully today will be a little more enjoyable. We're going to read over a list of vocabulary that you might hear definitely in a business setting and probably on a conference call, and we're going to use them in sentences. So let's have Vincenzo, can you read the first 5 words for us? Or how about
yes, 5 words. Okay, I'm gonna do it. 6 words. Okay.
6, yeah.
Allora, Q&A section. I don't know. Colleague. Quarterly report. Revenue. Forecast. Agenda.
And Martin, can you read the rest of the list?
Yep. Innovative. Hold on. Hang. Wrap up. Turnover. Log in. Rolling out.
Awesome. Okay. So those words we'll be working with for the first part of class. Let's start with Q&A section. What is a Q&A section?
I think it stands for question and answer.
Yes. So you might see Q&A section of a conference call or
question and answer.
Right, or you might see it even on a website, like a Q&A page where they have questions and answers, common questions and answers. How about colleague? What's a colleague? This one's pretty simple too.
They are the workmates that you have in the working situation.
Yeah.
People you have to work with. Exactly. How about quarterly report?
Quarterly, it's a report of an year. It's 3 months. 3 months report. Quarterly.
Yeah, about 3 months.
3 months report. Yeah.
So what might be on a quarterly report?
Maybe it's I don't know. It's about the.
Probably, in my opinion, is something about the school situation.
The school.
The trimester and semester. 3 months, 6 months.
Also for the society. Also for the society, not teacher. Or not.
Also what, Vincenzo?
Also for a society, could be a quarterly report or not.
We can use quarterly reports for lots of stuff. So quarterly report card is usually something for students. So you hear the word report card frequently, and they have quarterly report cards as well as semester report cards.
Oh.
And quarterly report could be used in a business sense as well to give financial information or project information, strategies from a particular time period.
Yes.
Paco, welcome to class.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Paco. How are you?
Hi, Paco.
I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing really well. Have you ever been on a conference call, Paco?
In a conference call?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So you've never had a business call with several people? Like usually it would be 3 or more people?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to learn some business words that are related to conference calls today.
Okay.
And I forgot to ask, Vincenzo, have you ever had a conference call before?
No. Yeah. I'm not a businessman teacher. But do you refer at something like a meeting between smartphone or internet, or it is a meeting live with people live? I don't understand this. It's a
Usually a conference call is on the phone.
On the phone. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay.
So this is also vocabulary that you could see in other settings, like a business meeting or some other, on the internet or something. But it's also specific to conference calls, something you'll frequently hear on conference calls.
By phone, yes, by internet.
So we've got some newbies and an experienced person with conference calls. What about the word revenue? Revenue. Can anyone give us a definition for the word revenue?
Could be the income of a society or not?
Income. It definitely has to do with income, and it could be about a society, but what else could it be for? Where else might you hear this term?
I don't know, teacher. But I think you always said that it is about the net value of a society, something about the work period of 1 year or something like this, in order to see what is the, how do you say, it is the life of the society during a year, yes. But I don't know exactly. I think it's about the results of a society.
Yeah, like the overall money made in a particular period of time. And it could be for a state, for a company, for a quarterly report, maybe, the revenue of a quarterly report.
Yes.
All right. How about forecast? Paco, can you give us a definition for that one?
Forecast.
Any ideas, Paco? The word forecast? Are you there, Paco? Okay, maybe he's busy. Martin, help us out. What's a good definition for forecast?
In just one word, is the prevision for the future.
Okay.
What probably the manager, what the CEO is thinking for the future.
Yes, a prediction, sure.
Could be even the meteo forecast.
Yes.
The weather forecast.
The weather.
Yeah,
exactly.
We use that term a lot to talk about weather, so you hear it in the news. Forecast for sure. And usually in a business setting, they'd be talking about the financial forecast or client forecast, some kind of prediction for the future business. Vincenzo, can you try and give us a definition for the word agenda?
Agenda is, I think, the the order of things that we have to do. For example, in a work, it's the timing of works that we have to do could be also in a meeting when they are going to organize a meeting. You could have some, how can I say, times for each meeting in the morning, in the afternoon, something like that. I think yes. Yes, could be
it's like a schedule for a meeting.
Yes, to schedule the time would be for a meeting, for work, something like this. Yes.
Yeah, so an agenda would be a list of activities that need to be covered or topics maybe for a discussion.
During the time, yes.
Definitely. All right. Martin, can you define innovative?
Innovative is a noun, so it's something that is up to date. It could be a product, a service. Probably in this situation is something that the company gives to the customers. Something up to date, something new.
You're definitely on the right track, but I believe you said it was a noun, right?
Sorry?
You said that it was a noun?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I think you're on the right track for the definition, but this is actually an adjective because the word innovative is an adjective, but innovation, yeah, exactly. It's just a little different.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
But you're on the right track.
Yeah. Anyway, something up to date, something new, something.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, and Karen, welcome to class. I muted you because we were getting some background noise from your audio, but there should be a white microphone button at the top of your screen, and when you click it, it'll turn white anyways. It'll probably be red right now. Are you there, Karen? I'll show you really quick how to unmute yourself. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi.
Welcome to class.
Thank you so much.
So, Karen, have you ever been on a conference call?
Can you what? Sorry.
Have you ever been on a conference call, like a business call?
Yeah. I guess, yeah. Sorry.
All right. And did you like the experience? Tell us about it.
Do you like the spirits?
Yeah. Was it productive? Was it easy? Was it difficult?
It depends of the field we are talking about. For example, if we are talking about journalism, that is my field, I feel really comfortable, you know. But in some cases, the people are talking about another things that I don't have a lot of experience. So maybe it's not difficult, but it's not so easy to follow the conversation, you know. So
for sure.
it's difficult if we are unprepared for that kind of conversation, I think.
Yeah, preparation is important for sure.
Exactly.
All right, so the notes are in the chat box. There should be a link in the chat box for you. And we're going over some vocabulary on the first page, giving some definitions before we do a fill-in-the-blank exercise.
Okay.
And I'll ask a couple more questions to the other students while you get settled into class, and then I'll come back to you for a definition for these vocabulary words, okay?
Okay.
All right. And Vincenzo, will you tell us a little bit about the phrasal verb, our first phrasal verb today, hold on? Do you know the definition for that word?
Yes. It's something like wait a little time, something like this. Yes, when you are to the telephone, you say, hold on a minute, wait for a minute, yes, just a minute.
Yes. So, since it's a phrasal verb, we need to know a little more information about it. That's an excellent definition. But we need to know, can we use an object? So some phrasal verbs take objects and some don't. Do you have any idea if hold on might take an object?
No, so
Like,
very
for
difficult for me.
Hold on her, hold on it, hold on them, hold on Maria.
Hold on, but no, the word that follow hold on is something that has to hold on, but I don't know that hold on can refer to something directly in the sense of a direct object.
Yeah, there's really no direct object or even indirect object. It's kind of mostly used as a command, like, oh, hold on. You might say hold on a minute, so in that case you could have an object, but most of the time we use it without any object. Just say hold on.
Yes, something
Right.
psychological, no, something that's in minutes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's not material. Hold
Uh-huh.
on. Yes.
All right. The next one, which got messed up a little, is hang on. Martin, can you define hang on?
Hang on, in
actually,
this
no,
situation.
sorry. Shouldn't be hang on. It should be hang up.
Hmm.
Hang up.
What?
There we
Hang
go.
up.
Hang up.
In this context, it must be when you take the the phone, you shut the calling, you stop speaking, you put down the phone.
Uh-huh.
Must be in this context.
So
in another context, maybe when you hang the clothes or in the wardrobe.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
We have a few different definitions depending on the context.
Yes, yes, it.
Okay.
Like to. I don't understand. When you have to put the dress on something in order to maintain the dress, no?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's
when you
one
go,
way.
When you go to the theater, no, you can hang up your, and so have
Hang up your gown or your jacket.
Yes, jacket.
Possibilities, and like Martin said,
going to the wardrobe, you know. No?
uh-huh.
You know,
So that's one way. That's a common way to use it. But when we're talking about conference calls and phones, it'll probably be to when you turn off your phone or when you put it back. And does this take an object? Can anyone decide if you would use an object for this phrasal verb?
Yeah, no, no. I always refer it to a telephone. I don't know. I can think about dresses, yes, sure, something like this, but I don't know how to use another.
Could we say
song.
Hang up the phone?
Yes, hang up the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, we can say hang up the phone. So we can use an object with this phrasal verb.
Yeah, yes.
What if I say hang it up? Is that a possibility as well?
Perhaps in a metaphoric sense, hang it up, Not that I'm not finished to speak or finished to oh no, hang up, no, could it possible?
You could maybe use it metaphorically, like hang it up, like no, stop, hang it up.
Yeah, I don't know how to use it in another sense, no?
Yeah, so you could say hang it up, which means that this is a separable phrasal verb. The first one we looked at, hang on, is not separable. You can't say hang it on or hang her on or anything like that, but hang it up does work. So that one is separable. All right. The next one, Karen, do you mind giving us a definition for the phrasal verb wrap up?
I'm really not sure about the meaning. I think it's like finish something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at you. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Yes, teacher. But is it not when you are to the supermarket, you can say wrap it up when you have something in order to, for example, a gift for someone, no?
That would be another way we could use it, a slightly different definition, but similar phrasal verb. So in this context, we would be talking about finishing something. You might say, well, let's wrap up the phone call, or let's wrap up the meeting.
Okay, good.
And then to finish.
Finished.
So does this one take an object or not take an object?
Mhm. Okay.
Anybody know? Does it take an object?
I don't know. Well,
Well, we can say wrap up the call, wrap up the meeting, right?
in the sense
Wrap it
of
up. Wrap it up is good? Wrap it up?
Yes, you can say wrap it up, wrap it up.
Mm.
So in that case, we know that it takes an object and it's separable, similar to
Oh.
hang up. We can use a pronoun in the middle of that phrasal verb set.
Grab the call up. Grab the call up. For example, the calling. If
Yeah.
someone is calling you.
Yes. So we can say wrap the call up or wrap up the call or wrap it up. The only one we can't use is wrap up it. That's the only one that doesn't work.
Okay.
in
Okay.
the sense of finish, no, teacher?
Yes, in the sense
Yeah.
of finish.
Okay. To quit, to finish.
Uh-huh, exactly.
Mm.
And Vincenzo, we're back to you.
Yeah.
Can you give us a definition for turnover?
Turnover. It's. I think that there is a turnover in a society when there is some work can change with other works in their work. You have, there is a turnover, no, a change in working between a group of men and another group of men. Yes, after a certain period, a period of time. Yeah.
Like change or switch. And you might hear it on a conference call if someone is talking and they say, I'll turn the call over to my colleague. And then someone else will start talking. So it's a change in the speaker or someone giving the floor, the proverbial floor to someone else.
Oh, yes.
So does turn over take an object?
Yeah.
Yes. And can we put it in the middle? Is it separable?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yes, we can say turn it over.
Understood.
All right. How about log in, Martin?
Very used in internet.
Login basically is register on somewhere.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
For
Does
example,
it take an
when
object?
you log in. I don't think so.
Yeah, this one doesn't
No.
take an object.
Well, if you take the pen in your hand and log in the in the book, it's an object. But
Oh, interesting. Yeah, if it were like more,
in this
low tech,
context,
if it were a low tech type of login, you could log in. But even then, I think we'd say log in to the book or log in.
on the
Yes.
website or somewhere.
Yes, teacher. But what do you mean with log, teacher? Log.
So no
But
matter
just-
what, we would use a preposition. Log in to the website, or
Yes,
log
I-
in to Skype, to Facebook.
Yes, I know the meaning, but I don't know the meaning of the word log.
The word log.
Yes, only the word log.
Well, log has a couple meanings. In this case, it would be kind of like a registry. So a list of things. Like if you keep a log of the food you eat, it means you keep a list of everything you eat.
List.
So to log in means you're registering
Yeah.
your name or
Yes,
your
yes, yeah, no, I know.
email or
Yes, yes.
something.
In this log
Okay.
means register to register. Yes.
Uh-huh. All right. And the last one we have here is rolling out, or you could think of this as roll out. So to roll out or rolling out. Anyone have an idea for this one? In terms of
Maybe-
business?
Maybe make clear something, make clear a project, probably. It is-
Explain plainfully. Explain plainfully.
Not exactly.
No.
Not exactly.
Could be
Maybe
explain.
realize something, realize or implement something, for example.
Kind of like implement something. Yeah. You're pretty close. So roll out might be used for the production of a new product. So we're rolling out the new model in June, or we'll roll out the product as soon as it's ready. So you're talking about producing something new.
Producing, yeah.
Yeah.
Produce something new?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Rolling out.
And you can use an object here. We could even separate it, rolling it out in June. Okay, so now we're going to use these vocab words in some sentences. And many of these sentences use 2 of the vocab words. But some of the phrasal verbs get 2 blanks. So if you see in sentence number 3, we have 3 blanks there, but we're only using 2 of the vocab terms. Okay, so let's start with number 1. How about Vincenzo? Can you start us off?
Yes, at the moment. Yes, allora. Number 1, no? We have come up with some ways to increase with some what some
I know.
with some so perhaps Q&A section. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let's look at the blanks we have. Sometimes these exercises are hard, but it's worth it to look at what kinds of words we need. So
some
here
way
we
to
can
increase
see
to increase what is it? Increase our revenue.
Okay, that would be a good one. So we might have multiple possibilities, but revenue works really well for the last word. So.
Yeah, for the last word. With some, I would think about a new idea, no? With
some innovations.
Innovation, yes.
Innovative. Yes. So the word is innovative ways to increase revenue. Great.
Yeah.
All right. How about number 2, Martin?
All right. I think we have finished everything on the agenda for today's. So let's wrap this up quickly.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Martin. Number 3, Karen, will you try that one for us?
I'll turn over the conversation to my colleague.
Okay, yeah, that's excellent. And you got a little creative with this sentence. So I put 2 blanks for turnover, but you could also use it the way that you said. So our options here are I'll turn the conversation over to my colleague, or I'll turn over the conversation to my colleague. Both are okay.
Okay.
All right. Number 4, Vincenzo?
We will be, in this case, is rolling up the new models in December.
We will be rolling out the new models in December. Thank you very much. Martin, number 5?
Now that the report is over, it's time for the login. Sounds not so good. Just 1 second. It's time for the turnover. Yeah, much better. Turnover.
Maybe, but we might even be able to find a better one because we used turnover also in number 3. So try to find one we haven't used yet.
It's time for the forecast.
Quarterly.
Okay, so we could say the forecast, or maybe the quarterly report, Yeah, so we have a couple that work well here. It could be Q&A section, quarterly report, maybe even forecast. But I think the best one would be Q&A section, and the reason that I think that's the best one is because after a report is when people get to ask questions. Someone gives a report, and then people might have questions on that report. So the Q&A section, I think, is good for this one. But we have many possibilities. All right, number 6, Karen.
Based on the quarterly report, the revenue for the new year looks great.
Okay, those are good choices. The first one is excellent based on the quarterly report. And the revenue would work, but since we're talking about the future and the new year, there's another vocabulary word that might be a little better.
Agenda?
Maybe. Try again, though. There's still one more.
Okay.
Talking about the future. Predictions for the future.
I really don't know. Sorry.
That's okay. Can anyone else suggest a word that might work in that position?
Based on the forecast?
Forecast?
Yeah, the forecast would be probably the best word from our list here, although several of them do work. So in this case, the sentence would be, based on the quarterly report, the forecast for the new year looks great.
The forecast.
How about number 7, Vincenzo?
Look.
Could you hold on a minute while I don't know, while I wrap up to Skype?
Okay, we already used wrap up, and it doesn't work very well with Skype because it means like to finish.
In this case, listen, I have to find a word that means finish or not.
Not exactly. Try another of those phrasal verbs.
Yeah, I could
Something
use
we haven't used yet.
log in, no?
Yes,
But why log
exactly.
in? My login, if this person is wait for the other person, I think that it's not good to say log in because she has to meet with the other person. I don't understand this. It's very strange.
So you could just say like, oh, hold on a minute while I log into Skype. So you're asking the person to wait patiently while you get ready for a call or while you
I would think about to log out, not to log in. No? Would you wait a minute while I log out to log in order to quit? No.
Yeah, you could say that also. That would be another option.
Oh, okay.
All right. And number 8, Martin.
Let's summarize before we hang the phone up.
Yes. Okay. So we could say hang the phone up or hang up the phone. Both are fine. Okay. Do you guys have any questions on these fill in the blank sentences or the vocabulary? No idea.
I don't remember forecast. What's about forecast?
Good question. Karen, can you summarize the definition of the word forecast for him?
Forecast?
Forecast is, I'm not sure, is a vision of the future, something like that. I mean, is that right?
Exactly.
An ideas of the near future, for example.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thanks, Karen. And Aka, welcome to class.
Yes, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you, Aka?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Have you ever been on a conference call before?
Conference call? I attended talking about Japanese lunchbox in Russian class.
Oh, wow.
Classroom by Skype. My friend's Russian English teacher invited me to join the class. So.
Wow, interesting. So what was the experience like?
I was very impressed. The students' English ability. They speak English very fluently.
Awesome. Very nice. All right. So we just went over some vocabulary that you might see on a business conference call, and we used the words to fill in the blank. Now we're going to make a couple sentences. So I'm going to give you each 2 vocabulary words and ask you guys to write one sentence that uses both of the words. Okay. So, Aka, your words are going to be Q&A section and how about hang up? So, Aka, Q&A section and hang up. Martin, quarterly report and innovative. And Vincenzo, revenue and turnover.
Yes. We have to write it, teacher?
Yep, write it in the chat box for us.
Okay.
Forecast.
Mhm. Mm.
Read us your sentence, Martin.
Okay. In the quarterly report that is coming, I'm going to introduce you a really useful innovation.
Awesome. Great sentence. And we would say introduce you to. So we need to in that sentence. Introduce you to a really useful innovation. Great sentence. Thanks, Martin.
Introduce to you. Before
Yeah.
you, I have to you. All right.
Yeah.
Introduce to you. Okay. Okay, I got it.
Awesome. And Aka, read us yours.
Okay, since I found the answer in Q&A section, I hang up call to maybe that customer center service.
Yeah, the customer service might make more sense.
Mhm.
And are you talking about something, is it going to be in the past or? So you're saying, since I found the answer in the Q&A section,
Mhm.
I hang up the call. Okay, I guess that makes sense if you're, say, telling a story or something.
Mhm.
That works. Okay. And Vincenzo, read us yours.
According to the last results of the revenue, we have to change our turnover.
Okay. So turnover as in people who are getting hired and fired, right?
Yes, yes.
Interesting use. You used it as a noun there, which is pretty cool. Great job. And instead of saying results, I might say report, because revenue would be something that you can report on. So according to the last report of the revenue.
Yes. Yeah, you are right, teacher. It's better. It's better.
Okay.
Last report of the report is revenue with the report.
Mm-hmm. So, if you guys don't have any other questions or comments, we'll move on to the next page. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay. We have a little bit more vocabulary and common phrases on the next page. So the section that says on a call, Aka, can you read that section for us?
On a call, are we all on? Checking if everyone has joined the conversation. Did everybody get the agenda? I'll keep this short. I'm afraid I didn't get that. Ken speaking.
Excellent. So, those are some phrases you'll commonly hear, and most of them are self-explanatory. The last one you might use if you have many people on a call and it can be confusing as to who is actually talking. So you'd say something like, Michaela's speaking, and then you'd say your opinion or whatever.
Yes.
What about, I'm afraid I didn't get that? What's a good definition for that phrase?
When you didn't understand something.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes get can have the meaning of understanding. I'm afraid I didn't get that means I don't think I understood. Okay.
Catch up.
Yes, exactly.
But it's not referred to the agenda, teacher? I'm afraid I didn't get that. Is it
Yeah,
referring?
you could also say it in a more literal sense. So
Yeah.
you might say like, "Oh, I'm afraid I didn't get that email," or "I'm
Oh, yeah.
afraid I didn't get the agenda," and
Yes.
that would be another way to use it. Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
And teacher,
Yeah.
can we use get something in the informal situation, or it is better to use understand or understood?
I would say both are appropriate. It might depend. I think that this would work in a formal situation. However, it is always a little bit more formal sounding to say something that's not a phrasal verb. So it might be a little more formal to say, "I'm afraid I didn't understand that."
Yeah,
Depends on the
understand.
situation.
All right, thank you.
All right. And next, we're going to talk a little bit about modal verbs. Modal verbs like could, can, may, might, would makes your speech sound more formal and more polite, which is one of the reasons that we also say, "I'm afraid I didn't get that." Instead of just saying like, "I didn't get it," like, you know, I didn't understand it, we say, "I'm afraid," which makes it a little more polite.
Yes.
So we're going to look at some more phrases that use some modals to be polite and formal.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Vincenzo, can you read these for us, the first four?
Yes. Could you speak more slowly, please? Can I add something quickly? May I just point out that I wonder if you could...
Thank you very much. And Martin, can you finish that list for us?
Yep. Would you mind if I'd be grateful if you could. I wonder if I might be possible to. Could you possibly? Do you think you could? Would you be willing to? Willing to?
Willing.
Willing. Willing. Would you be willing to?
Yes. Do you guys have any questions on that vocabulary or the phrases?
No. I understand that when we are prolonging the sentence, it's more polite. No, it's not so direct with the simple.
Yeah, be a little
when
less
simple,
direct.
Could you tell me? No? Could you possibly tell me? Could you possibly? Yeah. It's a way to be more polite, I guess, when you are prolonging the sentence.
Okay.
With an adverb.
Using these ideas and vocabulary, we're going to do a little role play. So there are some prompts, and you have to say like how you might express this idea in a formal or polite situation, like a conference call. How about Aka? Would you like to do the first one? You're having trouble hearing on a conference call. How would you express that?
Could you speak a little bit louder?
Trouble hearing.
Yeah, that's one way. Could you speak a little bit louder? That way we're polite. Martin, can you give us another way we might be able to express this in a polite or formal way?
The first one?
Yep.
Could you speak more slowly, please?
Sure, yeah, you could say slowly, more loudly, however. Okay.
Do you
Vincenzo,
mind?
anything to add? Yeah, do you mind would be a good
Do
one.
you mind speaking a bit louder, please?
Sure. Or you could say something like, "I'm afraid I didn't get that."
Yes.
Would you mind speaking a little more loudly?
Yes, longer. It's longer. Yes.
Although I guess that works well for the second one too. So the second one kind of is similar to the first.
Yes.
Any other suggestions for number 2 about if you didn't understand something?
I beg your pardon, but I don't understand very well.
I beg your pardon. That's a good one.
Could you please speak a little bit louder? If you don't mind?
That's a great formal phrase. I beg your pardon.
lot of words in order to say one very simple things.
Yes, definitely. All right, number 3, back to Aka. Will you give us one for number 3?
You need to temporarily hang up to adjust your equipment. Could you possibly hold on hold on the line.
Oh.
I need to because I need to adjust the equipment.
It's a battery.
Wonderful. That sounds great. Hold on usually would not take an object like the line. Usually we would use a time period like hold on a minute while I adjust my equipment.
I
But
see.
other than that, it was wonderful. Martin, any other ideas about how you might express that you need to adjust your equipment and hang up for a minute?
Not really.
That's okay.
Well,
You want to try
just-
number 4?
Just hang out. Number 4. Get a contribution from someone who hasn't spoken for a while or at all. Would you like add up something or could you? I wonder if you could explain me your point of view or.
That would be a good start. Explain, I'm just going to change one thing. Explain your point of view to me. So I just
To me.
reorganized your thoughts a little bit.
I don't
Other
understand this
than that, it
question.
sounds
I
good.
don't understand this question, teacher. What's about? So if you have to talk about someone who has not spoken, in order
Yeah,
to
so
say
if you're on a
something.
conference call with 4 people and one person
Talk
has
about
been
someone to say
very
something.
quiet, then you could say, hey, I would like your opinion too. And
Yes,
Martin
I
gave
would,
us a good...
in order to introduce one person to talk about something.
Yeah, if you want their opinion. So how would you
Okay.
ask them to also
I see.
contribute to the conversation?
What do you think about this argument? Can you tell
All right,
tell
that would
us
be
your
good.
idea? Can you tell us your idea about this? Yeah.
Sure, can you
Do you-
tell us?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Number 5. Let's see. How about Martin? Go first on number 5 for us.
Tell somebody that they need to adjust their equipment. This one, could you possibly hang on a few minutes?
Okay, so wait a few minutes. Could you
Yeah.
possibly hang on? So if you're telling someone
Just-
else that they need to adjust their equipment, you probably wouldn't say hold on, because waiting might not necessarily solve the problem.
Could I call you back later? Maybe?
Okay, that would work. They still don't have any idea that they have a problem though, right? So say someone is having audio problems and you can't understand them. You could say, hang on, maybe time will solve the problem. You could say, I'll call you back later because maybe your connection will be better. But what if they have a microphone trouble or like something on their setup is wrong? How would we tell them, hey, you have a problem, you need to fix it, but in a polite and formal way? Does anyone know?
Yes.
Any ideas, Vincenzo?
Yes. To adjust the equipment. I'm so sorry, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you very, very clear and very clearly. Yes, something like this. Yes,
Yeah,
I
sure.
must. Yes, I can say it. I don't think that you can interrupt a conversation this way. It's very rude. Also if you say
Yeah,
this.
it can be rude, but sometimes,
uh,
say on Verbling, we'll get a student who has tons of background noise, or
Yes.
they're trying to say something and we totally don't understand them because there's some
Yes,
kind of
yes,
static
perhaps
or
you
connection
have
problem.
to set your equipment and come back later, something like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe-
Akka, what do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of you mean the expression, or
Yeah, how would we tell someone that they need to adjust their equipment?
we or I
In a
hear the
polite
noise.
way.
I'm sorry. It's difficult to continue the talking because of the noise coming up from your from your mic. So would you mind if you check adjust the equipment?
Very polite way to ask that, sure. Anything to add, Martin?
Yeah, I'd be grateful if you could fix your microphone up.
Ooh, look at that. That would be great. That'd be a great way to ask as well. All right. What about number 6? Interrupt somebody. What if you have to interrupt somebody? Is there anything you can say to make that a little more polite if you have to interrupt someone?
Yes, you could say, excuse me if I jump into your speech, no, in order to introduce your way to speak, interrupting
Or
someone.
you can say, excuse me, but I have to jump in.
Yes, jump into your speech or something like this.
Any other ideas on this one? A polite way to interrupt somebody?
Excuse me, I'm afraid of interrupting your conversation.
Okay. Excuse me, but I'm afraid I have to interrupt. Sure.
I'm very sorry to disturb you, but to interrupt you, but I have to say something. Yeah, but.
Sure. All right, let's do one more. How about strongly but politely disagree?
Strongly but.
Anyone have an idea how you might say, like, you're totally wrong, and I don't think that I agree with you at all?
I definitely no. I'm sure, I don't know. I don't remember ways to say this. I totally disagree, but no, I could say it's very rude. Strongly but politely.
Anyone else have an idea?
I'm afraid of saying. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry, but I totally disagree with your idea. With
Possibly.
Your idea.
Akka, what did you have to say?
Yeah, I'm afraid of saying that I cannot agree with this idea.
Okay, that's another good one. Martin?
Could you possibly review your ideas?
Sure, yeah. That would be a polite way to say you disagree. All right, guys. So we're about out of time. Do you guys have any other questions or comments before we finish up today?
No, it was very
how can we say the hold on the line, hold hang up?
Well, you could potentially say hold the line, but
hold the line.
if you're trying to say that you have to leave and come back, you can say hold on a minute. I have to hang up, and I'll return in a few minutes or something like that.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, teachers.
Bye.
Bye.